Hey guys, this is a really spontaneous vlog, but in the past couple of days I've slowly been getting a cold and I rarely get sick, so I get really frustrated when I have it. I just want to get rid of it straight away. I'm like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. It's so annoying. So I really want to get it out of the way by the time I have practice exams, which is in about 10 days. I don't even know. So I know the best way to get rid of it is to focus on the foods you're eating. And I did research a while back when I got a really bad cold. So I'm going to use that knowledge and the knowledge I have from studying health for the past 4 years to help get rid of my cold. And yeah, I hope it helps you guys in some way or another. And yeah, I'm gonna get started because I'm so hungry right now. I just wanted to film outside so I can get some fresh air because that is so important when you have a cold. Mum just made us apple and rhubarb sludge. So hopefully that will make me feel better because obviously it's very healthy, but I don't know if those ingredients in particular are actually gonna help, but hopefully they will. It actually looks like I've added ice cream to this, but no, I didn't. I added Greek yogurt because that's really good when you have a cold. I think it's probably because of the probiotic properties in it. Here's the recipe if you're interested in how to make it. This was used using a Thermomix, so unless you have one, the recipe won't be exactly the same, but it will involve the same ingredients. But I'm sure you could still do this in a pot or by hand or something similar. It just might not end up having the same consistency, but that's okay, obviously. And it also has orange in it, which is really good because it's so good while you have a cold. So all of this is awesome. But maybe try to reduce the sugar if you can, or replace it with coconut sugar like we did, because that's a healthier alternative. Okay, so this might look ridiculous, but it's the best way that I can show you guys what is good to eat while you have a cold or in order to prevent one. And I'm sorry if my voice sounds really odd. Being sick just makes me sound like a man, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I just wanted to begin with the tablets I'll be taking. And this may look ridiculous, but I normally take about 4 of these every single day anyway, so it's not a crazy amount. So this first one here is a probiotic. And I take this every day anyway, but I have to remember to take this today because probiotics are so important while you're sick. This next one I have already taken, and it's hard to explain exactly what it is, but it's called a high potency immune support, and it's perfect when you have a cold. This next thing is just a simple vitamin C, which is this tablet. And I need to remember to take that too because vitamin C is so important. So even though I'll be getting it from other foods, it's important to just have an extra dose of it, but obviously not too much. That would just be once a day. And these next 3 things I take every day, so they're not very exciting. This one's a mixed vitamin, but it focuses on vitamin B, and this is just a stress kind of tablet thing. It's just to reduce stress and mild anxiety, so that's just a normal one I'll take that helps obviously with colds because it's good to reduce your anxiety level when you have a cold, because obviously if both are low, like if you aren't feeling good and then you aren't feeling good physically either, then it's just going to be harder to get better in both ways. So it's good to at least support one part of your health. And this last thing is simply just a, what are they called again? A fish oil tablet. So this isn't really exciting, but it is really important when you have a cold to take that. So now that I've got all the pretty boring stuff out of the way, I'm going to talk about the more exciting stuff. So in this little meal I'm going to be making, which honestly, I'm not a chef or anything. I'm actually horrible at cooking, honestly. But what I'm going to do is throw all of these things together into just like a little kind of snack almost. It's just a good way to just get a boost of all the things that your body really needs around this time. So I'm going to be including baby spinach and kale, and mushrooms are also really important. I'm not sure why these things are important. It must just be the vitamins and minerals they have in them. And also carrots are, and I forgot what this is called, capsicum is also important. So I'm going to be including all them, and also, which I forgot to get out because I didn't want it to get, what do you even call that? I didn't want it to defrost, was to include berries. And I think it's mainly blueberries that help, but this has a bunch of different berries in it and they're just 100% fruit. There's no added sugar, so they're great for you. So I'm going to include that, and people may find it odd that I'm including sweet stuff with savory stuff in a salad, but to me it's all just food, and if I know it's going to help me, then I'm happy to do whatever. So I'm including all of that, and I also want to include nuts because I know that they're quite important. I'm not sure why, but I've just read all of this like over time, and I know that they are. And also sesame seeds are meant to be great. It might be the calcium in them, I'm not really sure, but yeah, these are great. Like, they're great to have every day anyway, but it's even better when you have a cold, and they're so easy to add to stuff. You can just sprinkle it on the top and it's awesome. And I really like these. I don't know why, I just do. And also I'm going to be making a tea, and I'm not sure what tea to use yet because I know so many teas I have that are great for it. Obviously only if you actually enjoy herbal tea. If you don't, obviously that's fine. Just remember to drink a lot of water and try to avoid any sugary drinks because that won't help. So I'll be including either a green tea, or I just read one that is useful as well. A lot of people would find ginger tea really bad, and it makes sense why. I barely even enjoy it. I just have it when I'm feeling sick or bloated or anything like that because I know it's going to help me quite quickly. So honestly, I'm just going to put both of these together. They're both loose. This one isn't loose, I just remembered, but I can just put a bit of loose in with the tea bag so I can get the benefits of both, because why not? I just want to begin by saying that it is so important to wash your hands properly when you're sick. Like, it's the worst thing you could possibly do to have dirty hands and then cook with them and then eat the food. It's like, oh, it's just the worst thing ever. So remember to clean your hands really well before you cook any food or eat anything really. Even just wash it like an unnecessary amount of time, because it's just so good to just remove those germs, because, oh, they just make everything last for longer and it's just so bad. I just realized that whatever this show is, they're cooking too. So there's like 2 cooking shows going on right now, except I can't cook, so it's a little bit different, and he's doing some fancy dish. So I'm going to begin by just throwing in some nuts in here. These are, what are these? Cashews, yeah. So I'm just going to throw some in. This might look just really odd, but it's basically just going to be a salad of just foods to eat. Like, it's barely even a salad, it's just kind of a bowl of food. Okay, now you're going to see how bad my cooking skills are. But next I'm going to add some orange. And this isn't an orange. Okay, I was going to say I have to remember to peel this, but yeah, I failed at the same time. This is really awkward. So many things are not going as I planned. I'm just going to chop it into small... That just fell off. Awkward. I never know what to do with this part. I usually just try to eat it, but I hate that end bit. It's so annoying. Next, I'm just going to take 1 mushroom because these are quite big. Like, look how big that is compared to my hand. And I'm just going to put that into slices. It doesn't matter how neat this is. I'm mainly saying that because this is really messy, but honestly it doesn't. Like, you're just snacking on it. You could eat this with your hands. Probably don't suggest that though, considering the whole germs thing. You could put this all onto a plate, but I've decided to just put this all into a bowl so that it looks a little prettier at the end. This is really not looking as pretty as I thought. This is what it looks like so far. It really doesn't look pretty, but that's okay. That wasn't the goal in all of this. So I'm going to include some sesame seeds now because they're just so easy to sprinkle over the top, and I'm struggling to do this with one hand. So I'm just going to sprinkle a bunch of them over the top. Now I'm going to use some baby spinach because it's so easy to add. Like, you literally just sprinkle some on top. So it's just an easy thing to do, and it's so good for you. Plus, spinach, in my opinion, makes food so much better. As I think I said earlier, I actually made a meal like this about a year ago. I don't get sick much, so it has been a year since I've gotten a proper cold. So yeah, this is pretty much the same thing I did last year, but I had less foods to help me because we didn't have as much health related stuff like those tablets last year. I think I just had that vitamin C and a mixed tablet, like a mixed vitamin tablet. So yeah, I'm glad I have all of this stuff now, and I hope it's helpful to you guys, even if it just gives you one more idea, like you decide, oh, I should add carrots to this meal. Like, I'm glad I can help you guys because I know colds suck and I'm such a baby about it. I complain so much when I feel sick. So I know how bad it is, and I want to help you guys as much as I can. Okay, so now I'm going to add some berries, and I'm not left-handed, so this is going to be really interesting. Okay. Oh no, this isn't going to go well. Oh god. that was a little too many, but oh well. So this must creep some people out, but I honestly don't care. How pretty does that look, by the way? These colors just make everything so much better. Oh, I love blueberries. Oh my god. Now I'm going to add some kale and capsicum, and I'm going to be honest here, I don't like capsicum. I've never enjoyed it really, but I'm going to do this mainly just for my health because I know it's just so good for it. I'm pretty sure they have lots of vitamin C in them, and that's why they're so good for you while you have a cold. So I'm just going to have to do it anyway. Like, I don't hate them or anything, I just choose to not have them. So even just having a few little bits like this is going to make a difference, so I'm going to do that for you guys and for myself, obviously. I'm going to use a little bit of kale because I think my mum's keeping it for a big recipe, so I don't want to use too much, but I'm just going to fold this heaps. I don't know why I feel like it's going to work, and then just chop it up. So this is nearly the final result, and it looks really big once you have it all in here. So I think I'll eat a little bit and then I'll eat some later, and maybe I can eat some tomorrow for lunch or something. And I just thought of an awesome idea. Whoa, well, I'm surprised I can do that with one hand. But I thought I could use this as a, what would you even call that? I don't even know what that's called. Basically like a topping over this meal because it's so good for it. And it kind of adds a nice sweet element to it, which is what everyone loves, so you might as well. Honestly, I never make this much effort with food, ever. There is never a time I'll make this much effort, but just when you're sick, I think it's so important. It's very risky to just start eating processed foods, and I've heard that you're meant to avoid meat as well. I'm not sure why. I think because it takes so long for your body to process, digest. I'm not really sure, so it uses up quite a bit of energy. So try to look into eating more fruits and vegetables around this time and trying out some new stuff like in here. And yeah, I'm sure you'll get better in no time. So now for the tea, I got a huge cup because I want so much tea. And I also found some loose China jasmine tea, so I can use that because that's a little easier than using a tea bag with some loose, and it's really hard to do with one hand. So I'm just going to take a scoop of that, put that in here, and then take a scoop of ginger. And most people don't like ginger, so if you try it and you hate it, you're very normal because I don't like it. I just think it does some great things, so it's definitely worth doing now and then. So I'm going to enjoy that with my tea, and I'm not going to eat it all because we're having dinner in about, actually it's only 5 o'clock, so maybe I can eat it all. And I've had all of those tablets, and I understand if this freaks people out having this many, and there's also another one which I put away because it has to stay in the fridge. It makes sense. I don't like swallowing them, and I don't like the feeling of them, but they do help me a huge amount with stress and to reduce colds and everything. So if you don't already take multivitamins or anything like that, I really suggest you do. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So yeah, I recommend that you try out this brand if you haven't before. It's called Metagenics, and these are the most high potency antioxidants and minerals and everything that you possibly can buy. They're just incredible, so you have to try them out if you're really focused on your health and keeping your diet very balanced and reducing stress as well. Okay, my phone died, but as I was about to say, on my sheribubble Facebook page, I mentioned that I'll be making this video, and I got quite a lot of likes, and it made me a lot more motivated to film it because I did add it before I filmed it. I just wanted to know if I was going to get a good response, because if I got no likes on that, I would have just not made it. So thank you for anyone who liked that or said it was a good idea or anything. And here is a last look at this unusual meal that I made. Leave a comment in the comments below of what you think of it, or if there's anything you would change, or what recipe you suggest, or any other tips for relieving colds, because that would help anyone watching this if they have one. And I really hope it helped at least one person. That will make me really happy, because I just really want to help you guys out. And I think my tea is ready. Ew, that looks so gross. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy this now. I hope you guys have a good day and none of you guys are sick. And if you are sick, I hope you get better soon. Bye guys.